It's been a minute since my last cod tank video. Tonight is the night I'm going to release him. I've tested the water, I've got everything sorted out as best as I can. There's a few other bits I wanted to get done, and it's been a while in between videos. COVID is the gift that just won't stop giving here in Australia, Victoria, the world, wherever. Lockdowns do slow me down a bit. We just get so busy at work, and then I don't get the time I want on my days off to go and get the things I need. Basically where we're at right now is I've got these guys that have been putting a few cycles on the tank. They've been in there for a little while. All the water looks absolutely mint. The fish have been happy, surviving. The yabbies have been absolutely funny to watch. They just fight each other all the time. I've never seen an animal that's so small and so angry. But bad news for them is they're all about to be food for the cod. My plan is on the release, I'm going to get the cod, I'm just going to take him out of his water. I've fed him up. He's sitting over there waiting for more food. I'm going to put him in a container and let him acclimate, whatever that word is, to the temperature of this water. This water has been tested, so the nitrates, nitrite, ammonia, pH is all absolutely fine. These guys don't seem to have a problem. Well, they're about to with their new neighbour. But anyway, I've put a few other bits in this video, some other bits and pieces that I've done. And I'll probably have this as a second last video in the series. The last one will be a clean up of the cod tank, the finished, tidy up the wiring and whatnot, and just a bit of an update on how he's going. Here's some future food that's going to be sitting here ready and waiting for my cod when he transfers into this new tank. I don't know if I'll leave them all in here. I have the option of being able to put some back into his current tank, so that way, he doesn't make a pig of himself, which I'm sure he'll do. But just a couple of different size feeder fish. I'm going to use these to get a bit of environment, or get the bacteria in the tank all ready to go, so that way there's a better chance of my cod surviving. I will get the water tested in his old tank and his new tank just to make sure that that's going to be all fine. All right, so we're just going to let the feeders in here to live their best life for 2 weeks. Sorry buddies, that's just the way it goes. If I can get these bloody lucky bands off. Jesus. Whoops, stuff going everywhere. Oh, nearly threw my finger. Don't do this at home. I am a trained professional. Idiot. Oh, I've got some lucky band in there. All sorts of goodness going on here. Hopefully this tank's not too cold for him, because it is only at 16 degrees. But we'll find out. Oh, dang it, I did get myself. Well, you know what they say. First you do something stupid or don't succeed or whatever it is, just do exactly the same thing again. Pretty sure I just demonstrated the hardest and most impossible way to do that. They're going to think this is great till the neighbours move in. Can anybody answer me the question? Do fish actually sleep? Well, I guess they got to sleep, right? Oh, I woke one up. Sorry dude, but your buddy's still sleeping. Put too much of the water in, so I just grab these guys out and just drop them in. You can see them heading down there. It's their new temporary home. Fish are loving them. Where's the last I was having a peck at him?
be free for a little bit. So yeah, just try and introduce the least amount of this water as possible into my tank. So yeah, that would be a bit frustrating if a disease gets in there. So it is something I'm wary of, and obviously this is risky, adding the risk, the bait fish and all that sort of stuff. I've had a few people comment, which has been really helpful. Just on, yeah, watching out what happens there, but yeah, we'll just see what happens. Hopefully I can treat the water, but I will change the water a fair bit. This is just cycling, getting some, you know, some of the good bacteria in there. Hopefully none of the bad. They like their new little friend. Not sure he's too keen on them though. About to do some water testing, so we'll test everything we possibly can: nitrate, nitrite, whatever you want to call it, pH, ammonia, and we'll just make sure that we're giving him the best chance for when we swap him from the other tank. I'll test both tanks, compare. Hopefully I can get them similar, or they are similar, so that way there's less of a shock for him to come in. In the tank we've had, you know, his little food that you've probably seen me release earlier in this video. They've been swimming around now for a few weeks. No complaints, they're always hungry, but that's probably not their biggest problem over the next couple of days. I just pulled a bit of structure out of his tank, and this yabby in here would have been in here for quite some time, so he's done damn well to survive hidden under that log, but he's getting eyed off at the minute, so his days are numbered, whether it be in this tank or the other one. So I'm just going to sit him in this container here, which has a mix of his tank water, 80%, about 20% of the other tank water, and I'll slowly acclimate him. The stress has already started since there's nothing in his tank. He's already a bit nervy, so let's see how this goes. Well, he wasn't happy about it, so we've got water everywhere. Bit of power in that tail, even though he's only a little fella, but anyway, he's out. He's done well. I've saturated in water, everything's wet. And I reckon I got this wet when I caught my PB cod, which is currently at 86, 82, 80, 86, definitely 86, out in the capass. So yeah, he's a feisty bugger. So here he is. He's actually sitting pretty chill. He's not super stressed. He's not swimming sideways. So I'm just gonna sit him up in top of the tank, and I'll get a measurement on him. Well, I can use this container. He's as long as a container. So he's just sitting in there chilling out pretty fine. He's a bit stressed for sure. No gill flare or anything like that. He's just sucking in some deep breaths. I think these other fish are getting a little bit paranoid there. But yeah, I won't leave it too much longer. I don't want anything to go wrong. So yeah, just don't want him to get too stressed out. It's been about 15 minutes. He's still sitting in there, so I'm just gonna slowly release him. Filming this on the iPhone because I just don't know that the camera will be good enough to catch it. I'm expecting him to let her rip and shoot water everywhere. He's getting keen, getting fired up. And just not realising that he's out yet. I'm just going to let him do his thing. Take his time. He's still trying to go down. Pretty typical cod behaviour that, I guess. He's starting to work it out now. Here he goes. And you're in, bud. He's got a nice big gash on his head from when I caught him. He's just ploughing into everything, so that's new. Hopefully that heals up. Hopefully the rest of the fish in here don't freak out with him in here. Freak him out, because he does get a bit timid and he's got nowhere to hide, so hopefully this just doesn't go real bad. So funny watching the other fish come down to him and check him out. It's funny who's sizing who up at the moment. he's looking around a heap, so that encourages me. He's not just like death staring or anything like that. Not that, you know, I even know if that's a thing for fish, but it sounds like it is, and it could be. Maybe. I don't really know.
To an update, he's been moving around a little bit. When I come and sit here, he will just chill and won't move too much. But, you know, as soon as I turned around before, I sat on the couch to eat a bit of food, and he was chasing one of those little goldfish around already. So, yeah, he's doing pretty good. I'll see what other footage I can get. There's a bit of a weird video, this one. I did expect to have a bit more doing on the tank, but it's kind of just a release, so it's a bit of an anticlimactic video in a way, I guess, because, you know, it is Murray Cod at the end of the day, and he sits there. He's cool to look at. But it was the most nerve-wracking video out of all of them. Like, I had no idea what I was doing the whole way along, but it did take me about sort of 4 or 5 weeks longer than what I thought to get him into this tank, because I was just so worried about it. Just didn't want anything to go wrong. But looks like he's stationary there, but he's been up and about a little bit. So yeah, hopefully he just gets more and more active and keeps swimming with the belly side down, and we're all sweet.
Checking in the yabby. See ya. Well, it's not great lighting here, but he's found a part of the tank that he likes. It's the next morning, so he survived the night. He's looking all happy and healthy. What is funny about the tank is all the little fish, which are normally absolutely
annoying the hell out of the top of the water for food are not, and there's a lot less of them in there. We've lost at least three of these orange feeder fish. They're not there, and the rest are looking pretty nervous, to be honest with you. So he's eaten a lot overnight, which is a good thing. I didn't think he'd go that nuts, but you know. So I'm not sure if you can see on the camera, but he has dug himself a substantial hole. So he's already made himself at home under the log there. Yeah, I just don't think I can get any more out of the camera without it going bad, but yeah. Those rocks there were on top of the gravel, the substrate, and now he's dug so deep, he's piled all that dirt up there, he's just swum it out of the road. So he's making himself an home, which is cool.
This is just a wide view of the tank. It's pretty cool. Looks pretty sweet sitting up there against the wall, a few photos above. That lighting just does it. Might build something that covers the top of the tank though. I do like the light bar idea, but I'd like to not be able to see that brighter light at the top of the tank. It does sort of take away a little bit from it. But I've also got to design a cover, so it's just not the glass. I ultimately want to put some fly wire on the top, stop him jumping out, but just have it a little bit more open up the top. So maybe I can incorporate the two of those, but we'll see. A bit more design work to do there, but we'll see what happens.